Gang, welcome back to the shop. I'm not feeling great today. I'm running a fever. When I get sick, it's better for me to either be locked in a bedroom or locked away in a room by myself or out of the house because I'm just a grumpy bastard. I've got this thing on using the wireless mics. I noticed in some of the last videos when I turn the camera away, the volume goes down. I don't know if the mod kit for the GoPro is going out. You know, at what, a couple $100? Who would have thought after a year or two? Of course, the shop is in a state of disarray, normal disarray. Got some packages going out for the eBay shop. If I've done things right, one video of me going out to the 4-H grounds and doing a revisit, just do a site survey again of, everything that's changed in the last couple of years since I've gone out and done a thorough inventory. And another video of my hashtag LockBoss CLK supplies shipment that I'm using to get a lot of the cores or locks, using some of my inventory, some UHS stuff. These are a little bit banged up. The lead times on them were longer than what the rest of the shipment was, so it doesn't hurt anything that they came a few days or a week after the big shipment, because as long as I get this done by July, we're good. And plus you get extra snacks, so it's always a bonus. So I'm going to go through how I set up my master key systems. Right, wrong, it's how I do it and it's worked for me. First thing, pinning mat. If you don't have a pinning mat, get one. When I first got this mat was actually one of the very first items I ever won from CLK Supplies. And I didn't use it correctly. I probably still don't use it correctly, but I use it in a way that works for me. So here's kind of the breakdown of what I'm going to do. The other thing, there's multiple ways to set up master key systems. I use the Aero software from CLK Supplies. That, like I said, I think I bought it on sale for like $100. Well worth it, especially for someone who has bad dyslexia with numbers. Whatever. Next thing is, make sure you got your stuff in stock. Most important, make sure you have enough pins in stock. You don't want to be halfway through keying 5, 10, 15 cores and you run out of a certain top pin. So I've always got a stash of extra. Very important. Oh, God, I feel like shit. So here's the printout of the key system. Trying to make you look the other way while I took a drink. So in the site visit, the walkthrough, and that's why I grow a beard, so you guys can't see my double chin or triple chin at this point. I don't know. I haven't seen my chin in about a decade. So there were several buildings. And this is kind of how it's going to break down. This is phase 1 to phase 1.5. So the main concerns are the buildings being the 4-H building, poultry barn, concession stand, bathrooms out to livestock, the Robinson building, and the dressing room at the stage. The other main concern is electrical. The little shack called the hot house, that is where all the people can get killed and fires can get started. That's the main hub for all the power distributed across the property. And then you have the electric stanchions. The electric stanchions are going to be padlocked because that's all we can do. So I found some master locks, some American lock, O or 0 NHP7 Series 20. Giving them a healthy dose of some Houdini, because I'm going to see if I can't, initially just rekey them all, if those cores will come out, which part of the Lock Boss certificate I did buy Master American and Master Padlock rekey kit, Lock Boy. I've never done rekeying of padlocks, because as soon as I start to give someone a price of what it probably cost, I'll go to insert big box store and buy the cheapest. About a year ago or a year and a half ago, we actually had in this small little area a Dollar General open up, and I've seen a ton of locks from there come in. And, what are you going to do with them? So anyways, a little bit delirious. So the way this is going to break down is the 4-H building, they rent this out for events, church events, wedding receptions, graduation parties, etc. So this is all going to be one so you got Grandmaster, Submaster, and then your change key. You may call them something different, but that's how I learned. So these are going to be one Submaster, with the 4-H building having one change key on the double doors up front. That will be the key that they can lend out when the place is rented. And that way, if someone doesn't return the key, after signing a piece of paper saying if they don't return the key, they will be responsible for X number of dollars to rekey it. Only this one has to be rekeyed, not this entire building. So the other 4 doors are going to have another key, but then, the master will unlock everything. Poultry is going to be on its own change key. Concession stand, there's 2 locks there. It's going to be their change keys, their own change key. Bathroom, 2 doors. It's going to be 1 change key. Robinson building, 1 door, 1 change key. Stage, 1 door, 1 change key. So then we get over to the electric. This is going to be another Submaster. Submaster being the hothouse where all the electrical goes in. That's going to be 1 change key. And then all the electrical stanchions, eventually it's probably going to be phase 2. I can't afford to donate that many padlocks with changeable cores. Will be its own change key, with the idea that the Grandmaster key is only going to be given to either a couple of the officers. There's 4 officers on the council, so it's either going to be given to 2 of the officers or all 4 of the officers, with 1 at the Purdue Extension office. Purdue Extension is what sponsors the 4-H group in this area, or the 4-H council. Have 1 Grandmaster key there for emergencies. Maybe, maybe not. I'm still not sold on the idea of that, but considering I live 15 minutes away. So for emergencies, the officers will have a key to open everything. The other 12 to 16 council members will have a key depending on where they need to be. If someone's only working in the 4-H building, they're only going to have the key for that. I'm sorry, let me back up. Most of the council is going to have a master key for the buildings. Only designated maintenance personnel keys will have these, and then the officers with the Grandmaster. Because right now it's a whole mix. And as I forget who commented on one of the videos, not knowing what they wanted. Yes, so what I've been able to find out is the system was put in 15, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, who knows. I don't think it's been put in since I've been working there, not in a locksmith capacity, but just as a volunteer, as a council member, what have you. I don't remember them being rekeyed. So everyone has one of two keys. But either key opens everything. So the best I can tell is there's the one master key. I don't know if it's a grandmaster, if it's a submaster, and then one change key, or you've got one grandmaster key and one submaster key that's keyed to everything. And half the people have two keys. Either key opens everything. So I'm going to do a little bit of, I'm not a sports guy, but I think this would be called zone defense. This video's already almost 11 minutes long. So this may get broken up into phases. I'm trying to milk the YouTube. So like I said, I use Aero, which I run on a virtual Windows machine. Let me get some of the crap out of the way here. And I do that so that if need be, I can start this virtual machine here at the shop, have all the same software. I also sync the files for this virtual machine to my home computer, and I can fire it up there too if needed. So if I'm at home and someone calls me, I don't have to come all the way here. But let's... Hey gang, so it's another day. I just got to a point where fever running too high, I was sweating buckets, just felt like crap, and then the GoPro started overheating, which for a sports action camera to overheat in a climate controlled office, maybe I was just burning up too much and I radiated heat to the camera. But anyways, I started looking at some of the footage I'd already made. And I just started going over, get through the crap here, the master key system, the Aero key. I'm going to cut here and do a better explanation from a computer screen grab. Just show you real quick how to set one up on the fly, save it, some of the variables you got to change. But I'm going to cut to that now. Okay, so hopefully this comes out a little bit better, actually seeing the screen and not my shoddy camera work. So, again, this is on my virtual machine, which is a clone of the one I've got at the shop. Launch Aero key. And apparently I can't resize it here. So, the first thing you want to do is give your project a name. So next thing you want to do is come down to manufacturer and change your, or select your keyway, so that way you get your depths and your spacings. Presets all loaded up. You can come down and make a custom, but MX-13 is based off Schlage depth and spacing. So number of spaces, we're going to go 6. Fairgrounds is going to be a 6-pin lock. So you've got minimum depth, maximum depth, so you can set your lowest and deepest cuts. Maximum adjacent cut something. Oh wait, specification. So that's the from one cut to the next, that's the maximum size difference you want to go between cuts. Deepest first cut, kind of obvious. And any of these you have questions on, you can always come over here and go to help. And let's see, let's do a search. MACS. Yep, there it gives you kind of the description, printer setup, and all that good stuff. So anyways, step value. So step value, that's kind of the maximum or minimum adjacent cut. It's kind of goes hand in hand with max. Minimum number of chambers varied. All this, is in that help document, and this will be stuff you'll have to tweak. Once you get all your specifications done, come down, generate, get one you like, and that's going to be the master key. That's going to be the Grand Master. So next is Submaster. So I'm thinking this is the downside of doing videos over a span of time. Thinking the clip right after this, I kind of go into, if you think about a master key system as an apartment building or an office building, the Grand Master is going to open every door on every floor. Submaster, think of that as, floor 1, floor 2, floor 3. That Submaster is going to open all the offices or all the apartments on that floor. And then the change key is the individual offices or apartments. So always future plan, because you don't want to have to try to go back and rebuild or add on to an existing system. But what I'm going to try to do is max out the system. So in other words, there's too many combinations. There's more combinations that I'm asking for than what can physically be generated. Because, you do get the chance of cross-contamination or cross-keying. But once you select your submasters, again, that's the floors, and your change keys, let's take this up to 80. Include all possible keys. So we want to generate. So there we've asked it to create more combinations, more keys than are physically possible based on our parameters over here. So back this back down to 20. And there we go. It gives us the printout. Now you want to save this as a text file. Let's go desktop. MX-13 test. So that just saves this so you can print it. You can also print it from here, and it'll spit you a copy out. That does not save this. So you want to come up here and save the project, or you can do a save as if you need to name it something different. So that way you can go back down the road, open it back up, and it's not going to generate a whole new Grand Master key and all your settings. It loads it all back up. So as you saw when I had this at 80, too many possibilities. You can come in here and tweak it. The more parameters you have, the more areas you can tweak, and you can tailor it. If you're doing a large scale project like an apartment building, these numbers are going to be higher, however many floors, or plants, factories, what have you. Or even if you're doing same company, they want the same master key but for multiple sites. One submaster could be one building, one floor, one, what have you. So hopefully I didn't do a crappy job of explaining the software. It's old school program, it looks like, from my experience. But the help file is really good. It works. I haven't had a problem doing it once I figured out how to use it. So hopefully this brief tutorial helps anyone who's thinking about it. Again, I think CLK Supplies, I got this for like $100. They shipped me a USB drive with the can't remember if this has activation codes or not. I know the generic code does. But definitely keep a backup of that USB in case you ever have to install. I do virtual computers that I back up because they're just files. So with that, I'll cut back to where the other video was shot a long time ago. Hey Don, thanks for that great explanation. So back here. So here's kind of the printout you get. Well, not kind of, it is. So it kind of gives you a summary of the pins you're going to need, and that's if you're doing every combination once. But up here is going to be your project name, because remember you saved it. This is going to be your Grandmaster key, and that's going to open everything under here. Now sometimes what I do when I'm not 100% feeling good about the different depths, the maximum adjacent cut that we learned, I will key one up, cut one up just for the master key, the Grandmaster key, and just make sure it works. I did that more initially when I first started, but as I've gotten more accustomed to tweaking the software, and why won't this open? I don't do it as much. So anyways, so the Grandmaster key is going to open everything. Then you've got your masters. So these are your submasters. These are your submasters if I get you in frame here. The AA or AB, those are the master keys for this lot. So the AA will open everything that starts AA, all these. So AA will not open anything in AB because they're different submaster keys. So for our purposes, this is going to be the buildings. So what I will do is, now remember I added a lot more in here for future planning than what I needed. I don't think I really need AM, AB. So you can cut the number of submaster keys to increase the number of change keys. It's all part of that tweaking. Let's see if I can do this where I'm going to knock you guys right off. So what I normally do is I will come in here and I will start labeling which from that list is going to be what. But I'm going to do it kind of reverse, because I'm going to do the majority of stuff, label them, and then the last one is going to be the one that may have to be rekeyed more often. That double door for the rental key. And that way when someone doesn't turn a key in, they get charged the money, and then I just go and rekey it to the next one. So the next thing is being organized. I'm not the most organized person in the world. You've seen my shop. And yeah, oh, I guess I ran out of Sharpies. How about over here? We got a Sharpie? Apparently not. But we got something close enough. So what I will do is, so AA1, we're going to make that, let's make that the stage. Just go all in reverse. But then I'm also on here going to mark that this is AA1. So the next one we need is a Robinson building, which is 1. We only need 1 core for that, so this is going to be A3. What's next? Stage, bathroom. We're going to need 2 of these. Livestock bathroom. And look at that, we just happen to have 2 right here. So A3, close enough. A3. So now I will just go down the list, have everything organized. That way when I get on site and I'm putting them in, it helps me keep things more organized. So that's where I'm going to wrap this up. And then the next phase is start keying stuff up. So, but this video is probably already gone forever and a day. I don't know if longer videos are better or shorter. I just try to film from beginning to end what I'm doing right then and there. So either way, hope it works out good. Hope you guys like it. But stay tuned. We're going to start pinning these up. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you guys next time.